Listen, he had spoken in an instant. Rumi stopped. Yes. Seeing her silent, she spoke. Nothing. He shook his head and passed by her, saying, while Rumi had watched him, going surprised, what did he say to stop? When there was nothing to say. She started walking, thinking of herself. She had stopped in an instant. A black car was coming from the front, and that wonderful person was sitting in it. Jungkook seeing her, asking the driver to slow down the car, she ran and came near the car. A smile adorned his lips, and she was looking at him with great love. Rumi, what are you doing here at this time? He asked seriously and at the same time opened the car door. Rumi's smile was sitting in the car. I had come to exercise. She spoke in a low tone. Are you okay? She spoke while looking at his face. Yeah, thank God, you fever head. Jungkook spoke while looking at her face. Rumi looked at her face, while her head innocently. Rumi, your house come. Driver stopped the car in front of Namjoon's house and said, Is it my house? She said while looking at him, on which Jungkook started looking at her with wide eyes. Rumi's face turned pale. She got out of the car while looking at him and ran inside without seeing him. There was moist in his eyes when he was unaware of. Taking a deep breath, placing the glasses on his eyes, he started looking outside while telling the driver to start the car. His facial expression was hard, while his eyes were empty. Taehyung had woken up at 9 in the morning. By then Jungkook had left. Taehyung went to the washroom, combing his messy hair. He came down after freshening up. Tae-hee also put his face in the ball of her hand. Perhaps she was waiting for him. Good morning, Mama, Tae-hee said excitedly, standing up from his place. Who did you call, Mama? Taehyung spoke in surprise. Grandpa and Hon uncle was saying, Taehyung is your Mama, and Hon is my uncle. Grandpa and Hon told you this? They spoke in surprise. Yeah, first Grandpa and then Hon uncles. I am so happy. You are my Mama. As soon as she said this, she hugged Taehyung leg, while they remained silent. They couldn't even tell Tae-hee, don't call me Mama. They didn't want to lose the joy on his face and the spark in his eyes. Minji, heat the food in the fridge for us in the oven. We eat the same food today. Right, Tae-hee? They spoke while the maid and lifted up Tae-hee. Yes, Mama. Let's eat outside. Tae-hee said with a smile. No, if anyone saw us eating this food, their bones would be crushed into pieces. We'll eat secretly and go outside and sit. They smiled and told him, make him sit on the chair. Half an hour later, they both sitting outside on the lawn when Jimin, Gil, and Noori also came after seeing them. They also come. Tae was sitting on the chair, taking the hair in her hand, taking it combing. Jimin looked at her with great love. Tae, my dear, do my hairstyle too. Jimin said lovingly. I will do yours too. Let me do my mama's first. I like my mama's hair very much. I wish my hair was like that too. She spoke while looking at their silky hair. Lisa, who was getting ready to going out, suddenly stopped after hearing Taehee's word. Mama, she had mumbled to herself in surprise. Tae-hee, Lisa had called her angrily while Tae-hee was combing their hair. She had fallen silent. Everyone, including Tae-hee, had turned their attention to Lisa. Come here, Tae-hee. She was standing in the other garden, calling her, while Tae-hee started looking at Taehyung in fear. Taehyung also paused his lips and looked at Lisa. If you have any business with her, then tell her. Tae-hee is doing my hairstyle. She has not come. This not. Shut up. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Tae-hee. Lisa gritted her teeth. Tae-hee stood up with her head bowed. Talk to me with respect. I'm elder son-in-law in this house, even though you're older. But I'm elder in the ring. they said proudly while embracing Tae-hee and smiled. I will see you later and stay away from my daughter, she said, treating him, while everyone else were looking at Tae-hee and Jimin. Jimin got up from there in shame and went inside. Tae-hee looked at Jimmy and then at Taehyung. Don't worry, I'm here with you. They spoke to Tae-hee lovingly. Tae-hee nodded her head and slight smile and looked at him, while everyone else smiled and looked at them. Whose marriage proposal did you send to our house? Lisa asked, the being sitting in front of him angrily. The man who said that must have made a mistake in the names. Otherwise, I would have said that it was yours, he said while taking a sip of juice. Now send it again, Lisa said seriously while looking at him. Lisa, be patient. For a few days, I will do something when I see the good opportunity, he said clearly and shrugged his shoulder. For 6 years, you haven't been. Get a good chance. Don't try to cheat on me. You know me very well, Lisa said angrily and didn't stop there. When the being sitting behind shook his head angrily. Jimin's wedding day had been given to Dan's mother. Dan's mother had come to their house today to fix the wedding date, but Miss Main had fixed it with Grandpa and her husband, who saw Yoongi standing there and approached him. Yoongi calmed down after seeing him. Taehyung, you should have taken a stand. Now what has happened is done. Don't worry. Yoon placed his hand on his shoulder and said, seriously, Yuri, look at the young boy with a slight smile. With his words, he looked younger than Taehyung, but older. It's only my fault that I didn't take a stand for my love and couldn't support him, which I will really regret for the rest of my life. Yoongi said in a low voice, don't worry, everything will be better. If Jimin is written in your destiny, no one can separate him from you. If no, then whatever you do will never be yours. Almighty will do the best for you. Hoon said seriously and left there, Yoongi standing there near the pillar and see his bag while smiling. They was coming down the stairs when suddenly he slipped. They couldn't control himself. As a result, he fell down with the third. Dad, they had shouted loudly while holding his feet. Jungkook was sitting in the lounge and had quickly turned. When they had fallen, they also ran inside. Seeing the way they was lying, Jungkook's eyes were smiled. Don't know how many years later, his eyes changed color. Daddy, pick up Mama, Tae said anxiously, coming toward Tae, from which he had come closer to him. Learn to walk like a human, so you will avoid falling like this, he said seriously, straightening up. My foot is twisted, Tae, and your daddy is teasing me. Daddy took Mama to the doctor, Tae said anxiously while sitting next to Taehyung. I don't know. I don't want to go to doctor, Tae said quickly. Why, Mama? These doctors give injections. I won't go, Tae said while straight up. You're also a doctor, wifey. Jungkook placed his hand on Taehyung's wrist and said seriously, if I am, should I give myself injections? Daddy, Mama is right, Tae spoke with, and Jungkook shook his head and bent over, picked Taehyung up, made Taehyung sit on sofa in the lounge.